Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started now. My name is John, and I am the co-founder of Brickwork and TruePath Lending. Brickwork is a prop tech startup based in Los Angeles that currently helps our users navigate real estate zoning code, city specific, and understanding how many units you can build on lots and parcels. We've been around 3 years, and our main users are typically real estate agents, both commercial and residential. And recently, we've been helping a lot of property owners, current, new, and developers as well, and investors. So welcome. And TruePath is a loan brokerage, and I'm helping my borrowers and clients finance these construction loans to build out ADUs and SB9 units. So let's get started. I'm going to try to do more of these often. I know it's difficult for people to attend, so we're recording this and we'll provide a copy for you to watch as well. But so let's get right into it. So I want to discuss SB9, Senate Bill 9, what it is, why it's such a, we feel, investment opportunity as far as purchasing properties to utilize this. But then on the other side, if you own a property currently, you might already be qualified to build out these units as well. So I'm going to go in detail on those opportunities. And then as I host more of these webinars in the future, I'm going to allow for a Q&A part as well. So I'm going to be open to a lot of the questions, but I did poll a few of our users in terms of what their typical questions are. So regarding SB9, so I already have those in hand, and I'm going to go ahead and answer those throughout. So let me go ahead and share my screen and just kind of get right into it. Okay, so there we go. Okay, right now I want to cover what SB9 is, okay? So it is a Senate bill for California that passed that allows for single family lots, okay? So I'm talking about, the R1 lots. And of course, that designation is different and unique for every city, but just single family lots, okay? You're able to now split those lots to build 2 units on each. Now, there's the confusing part of this is that there's actually more ways than one in order to do this. You don't necessarily have to split lots. You can also, the law also states that you can build 2 units by right. What by right means is that without having to split the lot or obtain, additional kind of approval, you're able to just build those units. Now, why that's so, radical in our viewpoint is before SB9 passed this year, the only other way you could split lots were a small lot subdivision. And the main issue with that is it's a lengthy process, and you might not get approved. It takes all the way up to 12 months to even get a hearing. So you got to go through and get your environmental review. You have to go submit for the application and go through all the departments to get to that point. But even when you get your hearing date, depending on that hearing, you might get approved or not. And so, you're investing a lot of time and money and effort to get to that point, and you might still get declined. So that was the only way to actually build more density, more housing in R1 zone lots. And so, and that was just splitting the lot and adding 1. This bill is allowing you to build 2 by right, or you could split the lot and build 2 units on each split lot. So that's, absolutely an opportunity. So yeah, so it requires only a ministerial approval, and you don't need to you don't have to go through a local hearing. And as I had mentioned before, you don't have to obtain an environmental CEQA, approval and review. So for those reasons, it's kind of mirroring what you are able to do with ADUs. So, what's the difference? That's one of the typical questions I get as well. What's the difference between an ADU and an SB9? Okay, well, both are great. Both allow you to add more housing and rental income opportunity on that lot or on your property. The main difference is ADUs for R1, you're able to build one external ADU, and you could convert or build or attach a junior ADU up to 500 square feet, right? And that's it. That's the maximum density, and it's by right. So you're not splitting lots. You can't split a lot. You can't sell that ADU separately. It is tied to one APN, one parcel. So when you decide to sell the home or the property at a future date, the ADU comes with it. You can't do that separately. Now, the SB9, you're actually building up more density or units, but they could be considered single family. You could get more square footage out of them. You could build duplexes. You could split the lot. You could sell off that newly split lot with a single family or a duplex on there while you're still living in your property, in your home. So it's allowing you to build more, have more options. And then the other distinction I want to be clear about is that an ADU and SB9, when you build an SB9, the SB9 is just the housing law. You're actually building either a single family home or a duplex. Now, there aren't any issues appraising a single family home or a duplex. There are issues with ADUs. Why? It's because your mortgages and your appraisals are kind of overseen, or they go through Fannie Mae guidelines. Fannie Mae is the quasi-governmental and private entity. It was private, but then at the real estate crash in 2008, the government took it over, right? And so it's under conservatorship. So what that means is, so Fannie Mae buys up 90-something% of all the mortgages, trillions, 2-3 trillion of mortgages in the US, right? And so in order for them to buy it, they issue guidelines, and those guidelines dictate the appraisers, how the appraisal report has to get done. And so the appraisers have to follow those guidelines. So they need 3, 4, 5 comparables within your neighborhood to comp an ADU. So that's why ADU values aren't necessarily, you're able to build an ADU and flip it for higher, because there's that constraint. The other constraint has to do with the mortgage, where Fannie Mae is only allowing you to get a Fannie Mae mortgage on a single family home with one ADU. So if you own a duplex, R2, R3, R4, triplex, fourplex, you're not allowed to have ADUs according to Fannie Mae, meaning you can't get a mortgage on it. But of course, under California law, you can't build it. So there's that kind of problem or issue. You don't have that issue with Senate Bill 9, right? You're building single families, you're building duplexes, albeit sure, the appraisers are going to adjust down the value a bit because it's a shared parcel. You literally split the lot, or you're building it by right. So, the value is not going to be comparable to, say, a single family or a duplex on its own lot or parcel. But again, it doesn't have the constraints of the ADU. So just want to kind of address that. And as you can see, the Turner Center at UC Berkeley came up with really a low adoption rate based on the difficulty of the general public embarking and becoming developers. And we see that as an opportunity. So what they did was look at this back in November of last year, and they just issued an updated report. So when they looked at all the kind of data, they saw, look, there's 6.1 million single family homes in California that potentially qualify, right? That are qualified, okay, out there. But they have to kind of narrow down and additionally and say, well, there's 410 lots or parcels that are market feasible. What is market feasible? Well, they looked at area media income. They looked at the rent comps, the sales comps, all of those issues. Why? Is because, again, the construction costs are pretty consistent in what they are. Not consistent meaning it's price per square foot, but meaning they're not moving that much, irregardless of where you're building or what you're building, right? And so you have that hurdle, which are labor and supply chain issues. And so the construction costs are something that you have to overcome. Now, on the other end, how does this pencil, right? How does this become a project or a build where you're going to get a return? Now, that's what they looked at as market feasible. So certain neighborhoods, obviously here in Los Angeles, if you're anywhere near on the west side, right, the values start to go up, the rents go up, and that's what they mean is market feasible under that process. So, they came up with a very low adoption rate. 5% will move forward. So enter us, right, Brickwork, and we are wanting to obviously provide a solution here. So let me get right into, this is the loan, but before I do that, I want to go into a couple of wanted to highlight a few things. Number one is, so if this is your existing home, right? What we're saying, one of the options is you could split the lot, right? And you could build either a single family or a duplex in that newly split lot. Now, the reason why this is a little bit complicated is because even though this is state law, there are numerous cities, municipalities that have issued ordinances addressing this. We really like LA City's stance on this, but of course, you have cities like Pasadena, Huntington Beach, Torrance that have been very restrictive and requiring like affordable units. One of them being affordable when you build, which is going against what SB9 is. So there's this big, political football where the California district attorney is suing certain cities. I know there were articles out there, so Pasadena being one of them, but there's probably going to be more that are going against SB9. So it's kind of this struggle or battle between the state and the cities, but in the future it'll eventually kind of I think resolve, but ultimately the cities are against it because it's such a streamlined opportunity to all of a sudden, if you live in a big enough lot, build a single family or a duplex, right? And so that immediately brings up value depending on your neighborhood, and you're able to earn that. Now, this is for any property owner. So it means you own this property currently, or you buy this property. Either way, you could be a buyer into this. Now, the lot split does require the applicant to sign an affidavit that they're going to live in one of the units for up to 3 years. That is if you split the lot. If you don't split the lot, right, and you build it by right, you don't have to. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of highlight that. Let me put that graphic back up here. So this is more of a lot split example. The other couple examples I want to address, and then I'm going to go into kind of the loan aspect here, is you can split the lot, and then from the split lot, and this is showing it from a different angle. I know this angle will be like, wait, this looks like my neighbor. Okay, it's flipped, right? Just imagine this is the street here. So if you have a big enough lot and you split it, and of course, this is more of an example because all the lots or parcels are all shaped uniquely. And so we have to actually look at each lot and kind of provide our report. But, this is more for example's sake, just to kind of get the concept for you to understand the concept. When you split the lot, you could build a duplex in that newly split lot. Now, in your existing home, you could build just a unit in there, right? So again, that unit could just, the size of it is going to be constrained by lot size, your zoning, your city. So there's a lot of variables in play, but I just want to, kind of bring that point across. Now, you also have another thing is that, so what Brickwork does, this is kind of what we've been doing for, better part of 7 months right now this year, is we're providing these reports. We provide SB9 reports for our users. And again, the users are current property owners, new home buyers, and real estate agents. So a lot of real estate agents also have requested these reports because they're either trying to show new buyers, look, if you bought this property, we're SB9 qualified and you can do, such and such, or it's for investors as well. So again, investors can look at this and determine, hey, this could be a new project for us. Now, I want to highlight this property. This property is in LA City. There is a constraint on, so there's a cap. There's a minimum, but most cities have capped each unit that you can build on that lot, whether it's by right or splitting the lot, is 800 square feet. Unfortunately, most cities have capped it. Now, where they have not capped it is LA City. So LA City is a prime example of where you could build more than 800 square feet, but also cities that have not issued an ordinance is also the case. So Santa Monica is another opportunity. So any city that has not issued an ordinance, you can build more. And this was an example of a homeowner that was pretty shocked that they were able to build a bigger square footage home in their backyard versus what their existing home is. So this is kind of the top point view. We have the setbacks, obviously the separation between the buildings, but that's something that that user and that homeowner was super excited about doing. And of course, so our reports also say if that was the existing home, we'll also take a look at it from a point of view of demoing the home, splitting the lot, and just building a duplex on each. Now, this example is not correlated. I just added this as a separate example to highlight the point. If you're not in LA City and you're not in Santa Monica, and if your municipality, let's just say Alhambra, for example, or Costa Mesa, right, wherever your property is, has already issued an ordinance, and that's a quick check. You could email me your address and I'll let you know right away. But if it has already issued an ordinance, then they've already capped it, unfortunately, at 800 square feet. So that means that in your lot or parcel, the most you can do is split it and then just convert it into a duplex. Now, again, it's not to say that this is not advantageous. 800 square feet, you could fit a 2-bedroom, 2-bath floor plan within that. And it just, the decision then falls into modeling it, financial modeling it, which means, hey, if we build it on one end, what's the cost to build, hard and soft? And then on the other end, what are the rent comps? What can I rent each of these duplexes for? And then what's the valuation or the sales comps of the duplexes, right? So that's kind of where we fall in line. And so our reports also, and I'm going to go into the financing, but so I obviously help people on their TruePath lending, and we're finding out there's different options to finance the construction of these. And then this is just one of our partners, which is a modular company, but we also have partner architects, we have general contractors, we have everyone in permitting that can help throughout this process. Okay, so that's kind of that. And then the final point I have here, and I'm going to continue doing these webinars. Hopefully, if you guys could see this recording or watch this recording and you want to join the next one, please reach out to me. And I'm going to try to do these weekly. But so on this topic, another question ended up being, how do I finance this build? And that is not an easy question because, if you just search online and you've asked around, that you can access your equity, right? If you're a current homeowner, you could tap into your home equity line of credit or a loan. But the issue there is with rising rates, it's difficult to kind of want to do that because for a year, maybe a year and a half, you do have to, you're looking at a high variable interest rate to hold that note to pay for it all. And then the problem is you might not have enough equity to pay for the entirety of the construction loan. So that becomes an issue, right? And then, so I want to highlight one loan, and then on my next one, hopefully next week, I'll go into more of an investment construction loan. So this is a new owner-occupied construction loan that I'm actually working with a credit union in order to market, and I already have a few of my clients and borrowers looking at this right now. We're getting them pre-approved. So here's one example. So say that you own, and for this example, I'm going to put that you this person owns a duplex and lives in one of the units, right? That's how you could qualify as owner occupied. And the current mortgage on it is, 725,000. And let's say the current value is around 1,415, right? Million, 1.4 million is current value of this duplex. Now, he's looking to build two external ADUs at 1,000 square feet each, right? So two external ADUs. And I'm using the example as ADUs. You could use SB9 as well, but on this one, it's an ADU. You could definitely use this for an SB9 if if you own a home and you have a big enough backyard that you want to build an SB9 unit, like we talked about, a single family, a duplex. It works as well. The only caveat here is it has to be owner occupied, and you have to also, we can't take the new rental income into play. So you have to qualify for this bigger loan amount with your current existing income, and you have to credit qualify. So there's a lot of constraints here. But if you can, this is a really good product. Why? Because for this example, from the 700,000, the homeowner is going to contribute 200 to bring the loan amount at 1,225, and at that point the rate is 4.75. This is I'm going to add this here. It's a 30-year fixed rate that starts from the beginning. So what they'll do is they'll finance 6 or 9 months, right, worth of the payments into the loan amount, so that continues the payment, but you don't have to refinance afterwards. It'll stay 4.75 fixed. Now, the 4.75 is highlighted as an example. The rate depends on your credit score and your other qualifications, but it's in this range. Which why I highlight that is because a lot of construction loans, as you will see, for investment are at 8.75. So they're 4 percentage points or 400 basis points higher than this product. So obviously this is going to be popular. Now, with that being said, the loan amount here, the principal and interest payment you're looking at, $7,385. I'm going to kind of get through this quickly. We're conservatively looking at the after completion value at 2.2, but that could go higher as well. Again, it depends on the comps there. I'm going to leave that for the lender. You have to order an appraisal, and they're going to validate what this valuation is going to be. So after everything's said and done, this homeowner is already charging for the other unit $2,300 a month, but it's a smaller square footage and footprint. These two at 1,000 square feet, he's looking at designing them at either 2 or 3 bedrooms each. He's estimating he could charge $3,000, but even if it's not $3,000, there's room here, because even if it's, he's charging $2,300 conservatively, if he gets 6, 7, 800, something in that range, even though it's not, 3,500, it's obviously 3,500 here on the high end. As you can see, the new rental income minus the principal and interest, and this is his current property tax and insurance, he's still netting around 3,000. So on a getting conservative with the new potential rental income, it's still taking there's still a return on this as well. So this is a new loan product right now for owner occupied that we're currently offering, and so if you have any kind of questions or you're interested in me running that those numbers, please reach out to me. So that's about it. I want to keep these very short, but kind of, open to hopefully people attending live, just attending the webinar with me. So on the next one, and then we can address specific scenarios. So definitely join me on the next one. Reach out to me so that I can have some confirmation, and we could confirm a date and time. But ideally, these concepts will stick with your specific questions in mind. Hey, I'm looking at this property. This is what I own. What can I do? I'm looking to convert it into a rental property and want to buy an investment. How do I do that? So there's a multitude of questions that I can't cover in one webinar. So I am inviting you to reach out to me so that you could attend the next one and we could address your specific questions. Thanks so much. See you then.